Xfinity menu button. And note that remotes may vary. Your Xfinity X1 remote puts a world of entertainment right at your fingertips. In this video, we'll help you get acquainted with your remote's layout and the functions of each button. Note that remotes may vary slightly. First, let's get an overview of how your remote is designed. The X1 remote control is laid out with 3 columns of buttons in 15 rows. To identify each button visually, each has an icon, text, or a tactile symbol. At the center of the remote, you'll find a large silver square directional arrow pad, which is indented. At its center sits the square OK button. The Xfinity menu button stands out with red text on a rectangular black button just above the up arrow button. You'll probably find that you'll use the directional arrows, OK button, and Xfinity menu button the most as you navigate X1. Above the directional pad, you'll find buttons that control TV functions and video playback controls. Below the directional pad, you'll find the number pad. Layout. Let's talk through the full array of buttons on the remote from top left to bottom right. Then, I'll describe each button's function. Rows 1 through 3 contain buttons that control TV functions, like power and volume. Row 1. TV power is on the left, and all power is on the right. These are both small, square buttons. Row 2. Volume up, mute, and channel up. Volume up has a raised plus sign. Mute is a small square button. Channel up has a tactile up arrow. Row 3. Volume down, replay, and channel down. Volume down has a raised minus sign. Replay is a small square button. And channel down has a raised down arrow. Rows 4 and 5 contain playback and search controls. Row 4, rewind, play pause, and fast forward. These are each rectangular buttons. The play pause button is slightly indented. Row 5, exit, search, and record. These are each rectangular buttons. The search button is slightly indented. Rows 6 through 8 contain the buttons you'll use to navigate on-screen menus and information. Row 6, the guide button, the Xfinity button, and page up. These are each rectangular buttons. Rows 7, 8, and 9 make up an indented square directional arrow pad with the OK button at its center. Each directional arrow has a raised arrow symbol. The OK button has the word OK embossed on it. Row 7 is the up arrow. Row 8 has the left arrow, OK button, and right arrow. Row 9 is the down arrow. Row 10, last, info, and page down. These are 3 rectangular buttons. Row 11, 4 lettered buttons of different shapes. A, shaped like a triangle. B, a square. C, a circle. And D, a diamond. Rows 12 through 15 make up a number pad like you'll find on a telephone. Row 15 has the setup button, the number 0, and the TV input button. These are all small square buttons. Setup and TV input are smaller than the others. Functions. Now let's revisit each button from top left to bottom right to learn what each one does. Row 1. TV power turns your TV on or off. All power turns your TV and set-top box on or off at the same time. Row 2. Volume up increases the volume on your TV. Mute turns your TV's sound on or off. Channel up changes the channel. Row 3. Volume down decreases the volume on your TV. Replay jumps back 30 seconds in the program you're watching. Channel down changes the channel. Row 4. Rewind. Play pause and fast forward. These playback controls function on on-demand and recorded programs. Customers with DVRs can also control live TV. Note that the fast forward and rewind buttons also jump forward or backward 24 hours in the guide screen. Row 5. Exit, search, and record buttons. Press exit to return to the last channel from a menu, or stop the show you're watching. Pressing search will take you to the X1 search screen, where you can use the arrow pad and OK buttons to move through the alphabet and spell a program title, network, or actor you'd like to search for. Press record to record the show you're watching on live TV, the program you're browsing in the guide, or from a program's information screen. Row 6. Guide, Xfinity menu button, and page up. One press of the guide button shows the full TV listings, and 2 presses displays filtered guide views, including favorites, HD channels, sports, kids, and trending shows. Press the Xfinity button once to bring up the Xfinity main menu at the bottom of your screen. Keep pressing it to move through the menu choices: Guide, Saved, On Demand, Apps, Search, and Settings. Press Page Up to move one page up in the list of programs. Use it to jump forward while watching a program, if jumping forward is supported in that program. Rows 7, 8, and 9 make up a large indented square. The OK button sits at the center of the square, surrounded by the directional arrow buttons. Use these to navigate on-screen menus, then press OK once you've found what you're looking for. While watching live video, the right arrow will bring up the mini guide, and the down arrow will reveal the playback controls bar at the bottom of the screen. Row 10. Last, Info, and Page Down buttons. Last will show the history of previous channels, shows, or menus you viewed. Info displays detailed program information for the show you're watching, or have highlighted in a menu. Press Page Down to move one page down in a list of programs, or use it to jump backward while watching a program, if jumping backward is supported in that program. Row 11 has 4 buttons called soft keys, which perform different functions based on where you are in the on-screen interface. A reveals the help menu when you need it. This is not available on all set-top boxes. Pressing A second time brings up the option to enable voice guidance. B displays or hides the video window while you're browsing menus. C launches the sports app, so you can check scores and keep track of your favorite teams. D deletes a recording or folder of recordings, cancels a scheduled recording, or clears history from last watched. Rows 12 to 15 are a number pad. Use the numbers and letters to type in a channel number, or do a search from any screen. The 5 button has 2 raised dots. The numbers correspond to letters as follows: 2, ABC, 3, DEF, 4, GHI, 5, JKL, 6, MNO, 7, PQRS, 8, TUV, 9, WXYZ, 0, space. In row 15, the setup button and TV input buttons are on the left and right of the 0 button. The setup button helps program your remote to control your TV or audio device. Use the TV input button to switch inputs on your television. Visit www.xfinity.com/remotes for complete instructions on programming your remote.
in DVR. This video covers the guide.